Hey my Squidlings, it's Katie here and welcome back to another digital speed paint. I'm very excited to be sharing this because this is actually a commission for Future Mangaka and I'm really excited. She asked me to draw her character Olivia in chibi style, and her character Olivia is really cute. And I had a ton of fun drawing her. She told me to go wild with the pose, so I just thought I'd do something really cute, just to kind of match her cutesy style. So, also, I am still offering the $5 chibi commissions. It's per chibi, just so you know. And if you're interested, I will have details in the description. You can just basically email me at kaatydid@gmail.com and basically tell me what you want, and I will get to it. It's PayPal only, but I am also offering them through my store, so you can also use Stripe. So I'm first lining this in a sepia colored line. I like to do the thick lines with the chibis just because I think it's cuter, but that's, you know, just personal. Another thing I like to do with my chibis is I don't like to add fingers or feet. I don't know, it's just personal, I suppose. I like the way it looks, and so yeah. So I'm just basically lining everything, and then I'm going to go in and color. I start out with flat shading, and then I end up moving on to something of like shading, but it's really simple. I just kind of add a clipping layer, and then I just add it to multiply, and then I shade. It's really simple, and I don't blend any of it. I just like how it looks for chibis, because I want my chibis to be a lot simpler than my main art. So this video is a lot more slowed down than normal. This only took me like 26 minutes to do, and I was just like, whoa, that's like no time at all. But I was really surprised because usually things take me a long time. As you know, I complain about that all the time. So anyway, you'll probably see her character pop in and out just as I get color reference and stuff. But here I am actually showing you guys that I just literally use the bucket tool and I color pick from her reference, and then I just kind of, yeah. Also, the hair was not, what's the word, like the line art wasn't closed. It was because I was doing the line art on the wrong layer, so it didn't close, and so every time I'd use the bucket tool it went outside, and it was really irritating. But I finally worked through that because I got frustrated and I just decided to color it like you see on screen. And then once I get down to the bottom portion, I realized I had been coloring on the wrong layer, and I was just like, oh. And then I used the bucket tool and everything was hunky-dory. Then I colored in her little cute eyebrows, and I think I moved on to the clothing next. I really like how simplistic her color scheme is. It's just green and yellow and then the skin tone. I really like really limited color palettes, and I think that her character did a really good job with that. Or she did a really good job designing her character like that. So here I am. I'm using a clipping layer, and I am going in with that multiply tool. And it's actually really handy when you don't feel like adding, like, just like picking colors when you're feeling lazy or something, like I always am. So yeah, and plus a clipping group makes it really easy to not color outside the lines. So I'm adding the whites of her eyes because I like adding whites of the eyes. Some people don't. I know in some styles that it's not a thing, but I like adding the whites of the eyes. So and then let's see, what am I doing next? Probably adding shading to the hair, that I am. I didn't know what color shading to go with at first. It did take me a little bit to decide what color, but I just went for a little bit of a darker yellow, and I just like the way it turned out with the hair anyway. And then I'll move on to shading with the clothing, and of course I try to keep it really simple because chibis aren't meant to be over detailed, at least in my personal opinion. If you draw over detailed chibis, you do you, man, because you do what makes you happy. Simple shading on chibis makes me happy. So apologies if you hear my dogs fighting in the background because they don't listen to me. No one listens to me. But anyway, hey, hush. Anyway, so I'm just shading more. I mean, it's just basically a lot of shading. I do forget to shade her I think it's her right arm and her legs in the video, but I do go back after that before I sent it off to her. She does love the commission, by the way, which is really awesome. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. Also, don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. All of my links are down in the description below, as well as a link to my art store if you want to go check that out. You can actually buy commissions through my art store as well. And don't forget to join our cute little squid pod if you haven't already to keep updated on new videos and stuff like that. And until next time, guys, toodaloo!